My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of Gillman Teenage Kraken. Now, the trailers for this movie have been bad. It got mediocre reviews, and there's no buzz surrounding it. So I was going to skip out on this movie entirely, but it's directed by Cook Demiko. And if you don't know who that is, he also directed The Croods, a movie that came out in 2013 that I thought looked really bad. It got mediocre reviews. And I watched that movie and I legitimately think The Croods is a perfect movie. I love it. So despite my lack of interest in this movie, I wanted to give him the benefit of the doubt. So I gave this movie a try and it's no The Croods. In fact, I think it's the worst DreamWorks animation movie I've seen. Like, it's either this movie, Shrek 3, or The Boss Baby. But even those movies have its moments of creativity, while this movie just feels as generic and as forgettable as they come. Now, I do like some of what it's trying to do about capturing teenage anxiety and insecurity and focus on this teenager discover herself and the conflict between her and her mom who's being overprotective. There's a really good movie here, but then you've got everything with the mermaid and everything going on with the Kraken Queen. And it just felt like all these extra additions kept piling on until the movie just lost all sense of self. Like, it just became a very unfocused, messy movie, and it's just got too much going on. And especially when you get to the climax, I'm just like, I could not care less about anything going on. I cared more about her running away from the people in school because they're talking about her than I do care about this big epic battle. It just, that stuff was so uninteresting to me and it ruins all goodwill the movie had. It's also just a very safe kids movie. Like, you've got generic pop song after generic pop song, and they're very poorly utilized. Like, lots of times movies will cut to the song, so there's some sense of rhythm or flow, but here it just could have been any song. And the sound mixing was very bad to the point where I couldn't always hear the song. And then, of course, this movie ends with a dance party, which was dumb. There were some legitimate moments of cringe, like the main couple in this movie bond over their shared hatred of the patriarchy, and I'm like, oh, it's going to be one of these movies. And it's not really, but it has its small moments here and there. It's also just not funny at all. I only laughed once at the very beginning with a Canada joke, but that's it. I never found the heartfelt elements to have any impact. And the voice cast is also not good. Lana Condor does the best she can with the material she has to work with, but she's given such weak material and even she can't elevate it. Toni Collette I thought was bad, and then you've got Jane Fonda, who I thought was bad, and Annie Murphy, who I thought was bad, and then we've got Sam Richardson, and this guy, I hate him in everything. He is so painfully unfunny, and he's so annoying, and he's grating, and I can't stand him. He drove me nuts in this movie. I despised his character, and I also thought the main character acted really stupid. Like, there's one scene when she's trying to tell her mom some stuff, and she just says everything about everything, and I'm just like, oh my goodness, like, what are you thinking? You're being very dumb right now. So, what else can I say? The animation is bright and colorful, but it's also kinda meh. There's nothing about it visually interesting, and Yeah, like I said, I like some ideas this movie's going for, but it just gets lost among all the additional stuff that just took away from this movie. It's just a very forgettable, very generic, and just a terribly done movie. I never really cared about the characters and their relationship. Whenever there's a betrayal or an argument, I just could not care less. And when you get to the big fight at the end of the movie, it was just noise by that point. It just is a completely unremarkable movie in every way. If you want to watch a movie about a kid discovering himself and how that affects his relationship with his parents, then watch Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse, because that movie is perfection. Yes, I have to bring it up in every review. And you could also watch Are You There, God? It's Me, Margaret. That's my third favorite movie of the year so far. It's really great and I loved it, and yeah, you should just watch one of those two movies instead of this one. Ruby Gillman, Teenage Kraken gets a 3 out of 10. Talk about a downgrade. DreamWorks Animation went from The Bad Guys and Puss in Boots: The Last Wish, a movie that I liked more upon rewatch, to Ruby Gillman, Teenage Kraken, and Trolls 3. Like, really? That's the best you can do? To be fair, DreamWorks has always been inconsistent in quality, but have you seen Ruby Gillman, Teenage Kraken? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin,